Record, the movie podcast where Sean
and Mampy
watch shit, talk shit, and most importantly, eat shit. We are the law.
And guess what we saw?
The Wild Robot.
That's
starring... What?
Lupita
Nyong'o. And... I'm glad... Just to be clear to the listeners.
Mampy said that.
Mampy said that. I wasn't doing the weird...
No, Mampy didn't say that. Michael said that.
Michael said that.
Like separating even
like
myself.
Michael's bad.
We don't talk about what Michael says.
That was like Bob from Twin Peaks. Michael is your Bob.
Oh my gosh, I heard this amazing thing where her, my friend's child, they call the lying brain Bob. And I was like, whoa. Because you know how sometimes your brain lies to you? You're like, that's the lying brain talking. And they call it Bob. And I was like, that is cool. I hope that was okay to share. Anyway.
We watched the Wild Take two. We watched the Wild Wobot. Did I say that right?
You said it white.
I said it white.
You said it white.
We watched the Wild Robot. That's a tough one.
That is tough. We watched. Oh, I can't even say it. We watched
When they wrote the title to this, they never considered us, the podcast, what we would have to go through.
The Wild Robot. You have to say it like that.
The Wild Robot.
Wild Robot.
Starring Lupita Nyong'o. Lupita as Roz.
Yes.
And Pedro Pascal as Fink.
The fox.
And many other actors you might have heard of. Playing bear and dog. And pig.
Otter.
Stonemason.
What is that called? Rat? Not a rat. A possum. I was like, what are those called?
Urgent care nurse.
Urgent care. When you're in New York, everything's a rat. You just think the pigeons are rats. The rats
pigeons are rats. Rats of the air.
I just think every animal's a rat now.
Armadillo.
That's an armored rat.
Yeah, absolutely. Mampy?
Yes.
What do you think about this movie?
Oh my God in heaven, Sean.
Yeah?
After the darkness of last episode, I needed some light. And it's like the movie gods heard me. And I went, wow, that movie made me a lot happier than the last one we watched. I'll tell you that.
Definitely. I will agree with that. Now, that could be almost any movie.
True.
But this is definitely much more uplifting than Joker 2. The prison rape movie.
Depression. Yeah. Delusions. Not fun. I loved it. I had a great time.
Oh, good.
I'm not ashamed to admit it. I cried many times. I was just touched.
It got my waterworks going a little bit.
I went, oh God. Oh, this robot is wild.
It just goes to show you that you can have a sex robot and you can have a really meaningful relationship with one.
That actually is a really great idea, like a sci-fi porn. The wild robot. This robot's wild.
Maybe there's 3 L's in wild.
What task can I do for you? Well, you can start by...
You can suck my fucking dick.
The wild robot. Yeah, your body's...
It's like, wait, what is the movie I watched recently? Oh, Beetlejuice, when people get their soul sucked out and they just flatten. It's like that, except the robot.
Those AI videos going around where like the image gets like squished. Have you seen that? You like plug it in and it's just like a normal picture. Then hands come in and they squeeze whatever the subject is into like clay. It's like
AI
really
is
getting creepy.
It's getting bad.
Getting creepy.
It's getting bad, but you know what's not bad?
What?
Our opinions of things.
That's
Great
true.
Opinions. And you know what happened? Oh, do we?
We do.
Okay, good. That was close. You know what happens to this movie, Mr.
Tell
Mampy?
me about it, please.
There's a storm. There's a bad storm. And a robot plummets from the sky and lands on an idyllic island. And there's the aforementioned otters.
Mm-hmm.
There's foxes, or at least one fox, maybe.
One
maybe
fox.
only one fox, lonely,
Oh.
whose bloodline will die with him. There's bears and all that shit.
Oh my.
There's woods. Mm-hmm. And the robot's entire purpose is to please. That's all it's supposed to do. It's supposed to complete a task.
That's it.
And it's wandering around. It's like, hey there, bear. Well, it doesn't talk to a bear. 'Cause the bear. No, I think the bear does try to kill it. Okay, good.
Yeah,
It's talking to various animals and saying, how might I help you? Do you have any tests that you would like to have done for me? And all of the animals are of course, like, squeak.
Squeak. Squirk.
And eventually, the wild robot's like, I don't understand any of this shit.
Yeah.
And it turns into a little ball,
Mm-hmm.
and it slowly learns all the languages of the forest,
Yeah.
which is pretty fun.
I like that a lot.
And then it can speak to the animals, which is great.
Yes.
Because it can be like, hey, what's up? Hey, dude. Hey, how are you? And what happens next, you're not going to like. It's going around trying to meet people. Everybody's like, fuck you. And it falls down a hill.
Yes.
And it smashes a nest.
Ooh.
And it kills a bird.
Oh.
And it kills also most of the eggs, except one.
Just one.
And it realizes, you know what? This is probably my task. I don't remember how. It just goes meep. Is that what
Meep?
happens?
Yeah.
How does it decide that is its task?
I think the opossum mama is like, you're its mom now.
Oh, yes,
My
yes,
task.
yes.
My task. As all mothers do when their baby is placed in their arms, they go, my task.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a reductive statement in any way.
I mean, if I were a mother, I would definitely say that.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh yeah, this is my task.
I would definitely shoot myself in the delivery room if I were a mother. Has anybody ever done that? Tweet at us at Food Court Cast if you know about any stories where a mother killed herself on the operating table
And
in
it's
the delivery room.
that would be I don't know that you know
That'd
you
be
think
cool.
you've never heard of you think you've heard it all, but
Yeah.
then something like that comes on and you go,
Wow.
pretty original.
No one's coming up with this shit.
Yeah.
I'm like the fucking Joker, baby.
Yeah, dude.
I'm loco.
I'm loco.
I'm plum loco, baby.
Loco.
And then the wild robot raises that little gosling
Oh.
to be a grown-up goose, but only sort of grown up because it's a little runt.
Oh, little runt.
But with the help of a fox, they're trying to get it strong enough
Yes.
to go south for the winter.
You gotta.
And that's most of it. I mean, that's essentially what the story is.
Yeah,
Many things happen. There's other robot-related stuff that we cannot tell you without spoiling. But spoiler-free, that's what happens.
That's the movie.
Now we're going to spoil.
Yes, you better watch out. Our beacons are lighting up. Doot, 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 beep, 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 beep. The wild robot spoiler zone has initiated.
I'm back, spoiler.
Our task is to spoil the movie.
Now we will tell you everything that happened in this movie.
First, can you imagine
And every other movie.
how quickly people would click off if we continued to stay
Do the
robots
robot voice?
the whole time?
Yeah, it would really be sad.
Can you just... Okay, we get it. We get the bit.
Okay, we get it. We get the
It's
bit.
no longer a bit. We are robots.
What happened is they put a robot inside of our skin.
Oh, that's scary.
They pulled off our skin and put a robot inside of it. They didn't bother to make us look any better, just the same as we used to.
Whoa.
They didn't fix our teeth or make us thinner. They
Just put a robot
just
inside
stuffed
us.
a robot inside of our
Actually, we got bigger
skin.
because
Yeah.
now we have a metal
Yep.
exoskeleton.
Yep, it's true.
Oh, wait. Would it be an endoskeleton if it's inside of us?
I mean, it would definitely be an endoskeleton, but I don't. if it's taking over your entire like circulatory system and all of that stuff, like what is it become? It's like
What
it's
is
just
it?
you, man.
It's just you, dude.
just
You are the
you,
robot.
man.
Have you ever thought about how you are the robot, man?
You ever think about Elon Musk, man?
Yeah, every day.
What does that mean, man?
What was the thing that came out where his mom's like, he's got issues or something happened where his mom was like, yeah.
Called him developmentally disabled.
Yeah.
I
I was
think.
like, wow, that's
Pretty cool.
That's wild. And then
cool.
people were like, it really does make sense. And they started posting all these pictures of like him in like cowboy hats and like doing stuff. I was like, this is hilarious. I was like, that's just wild. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
But it goes to show you what you can do with resources. It doesn't matter where
beautiful.
that's the beauty of life. You can rise to such heights and be loved and hated for it. And you just gotta follow your bliss. No matter how many people it hurts.
Yes.
And just follow what you want.
That's just what Hitler said, and
That's just what Hitler said.
I couldn't agree more.
Hey, write in. No, don't write in. Please don't write in.
Tweet at us. Get us your favorite bliss. What is your bliss out there?
What's your bliss?
Hopefully not the same bliss as Elon Musk, which is rounding up non-whites. But
Yeah.
hey,
It's just like, why, man? Why you gotta like?
a listener is a listener, is what I say.
Yes, that is true. A listener is a listener, no matter how small. That's what they say.
Yep.
Or big. They can be as big. Honestly, let's say big. No,
They can be great big.
great big. The whale. You could be the whale listening to this podcast. That's what we should do. We should have a video of the whale jerking off, but on the video it's our clips. That would be
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't really like the Joker. And he's like, that would be awesome. Anyway.
Squirting ranch on a pizza and just shoving in his... Weird. That movie exists.
Man, that is
Crazy.
one of the weirdest movies that has ever come out in my lifetime. I have to say.
Great job.
Yeah, you really did it.
You did it.
That, it's hard to believe that's the same director. I mean, I guess it isn't that hard to believe because all his movies are kind of weird.
Yes.
But it's different. And not to spoil, but the ending of that movie is still so, it's like, what just happened?
No spoilers, but wow.
Wow.
No spoilers, but it rivals the ending of Twin Peaks Firewalk with Me.
Yeah, we're
how
just like-
beautiful it is.
Whoa. Never thought about it that way.
Mampy? What's the best part of this movie, The Wild Robot?
Okay.
A DreamWorks production. DreamWorks.
You know, first I just gotta say congrats to DreamWorks. We have a food court group text, let's be honest. And we brought it up. I think DreamWorks is really getting ahead of Pixar. I just have to say. I'm starting to prefer their stuff. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Oh, yeah.
Love that one. The Wild Robot. I mean, that's 2 compared to their 27 classics, but it's like pretty good lately. I haven't really liked much Pixar like that much lately.
What was the last one? Did we watch it? Oh, Inside Out 2.
That was just like, that's fine.
It was
I would never watch again. Wild Robot, I would watch again, and I would cry again.
You cried twice?
I think I cried. I got choked up quite a few times. Mm-hmm. But when the tears started flowing, I couldn't stop them. And I genuinely had a moment where the guy next to me looked over and I thought he was like being like, this guy's crying at a kid's movie. Yeah. But I looked, he was also just sobbing. And I was like, wow, we were all feeling. The whole theater was adults and we were all just crying. I was like,
Did you hold his hand?
I did not hold his hand. He was with someone. You know, I didn't want to cause any issues.
Did you unzip your fly?
It was already. I haven't unzipped when I arrived at the theater.
Not for weird reasons. Just
no.
Let it breathe.
Well, to be honest, there's a very polite and happy, excited greeter, and I figure, well, hey, if you're already greeting me, you might as well. Give it a tug, a squeeze.
You might as well meet me.
Meet me. Meet me, bro. But So I.
Great job, DreamWorks.
Yeah, great job, DreamWorks. That's what I wanted to say. But my favorite part of the picture.
Mm-hmm. Your beef lamb gyro?
My beef lamb gyro.
Beef lamb gyro.
The reef ram rero.
I liked robot.
I really just liked all of the like physical gags. It felt like a very like physical gag movie, especially the beginning is so much of her just running around or like getting thrown against stuff or like splash. And I was like, there's just like a kind of brutal funniness to it that I really like. Like the bear, like animals just getting killed after she saves it. Like just like, whoa, holy shit.
Lots of death.
That I really like. Yeah, that and yeah, like we'll get on the death stuff later, but I just love the physical comedy of it. I thought it was really nice. And there's no talking really. Like it's just her talking for a while.
Yes.
Because she doesn't know how to speak.
No.
Animal.
She doesn't know how to speak animal.
And I love that. I loved, like you said, the processing all that languages. I was like, this is really fun.
Yeah, I really like that bit as well.
So that was my favorite part.
You know what I liked?
What?
Was I doing Bill Clinton?
Oh.
What was I doing?
I don't know.
You know what I liked?
Thought it was an original.
You know what I liked?
What did you like, Mr. President?
Well, I'll tell you what I like. I like getting my dirty dick sucked.
He needed a wild robot.
America. I like America. Did you see? Man, I shouldn't talk about politics. But did you see that Bill Clinton is on the campaign trail trying to get out the black vote?
What? Really?
That is their. I mean, maybe that's not their stated plan.
Yeah.
But he's been like going to places and taking pictures with black folks.
No.
And it's just like, man, that's sad state of affairs for Kamala Harris if they get out fucking Clinton. We gotta get Clinton out here to talk so
Only
someone can appeal to the black vote. I mean, I'm sure it works.
That's what's sad. It's like some of the stuff they do is so blatantly obvious, like you just see straight through it, but it's working. And that's I'm like, it's crazy that people are still affected by stuff so obvious. It's just wild. But then you think about
how you doing there?
People.
What's your name?
Yeah, what's your name? Hey, they care about my name. I'm voting for you. It's like, wow, this is a wild life we're living. But then you think about it. You think about
wild robot.
This is a wild. That's what I kept thinking the whole movie. It's like this robot's wild.
So when the robot finally said, "I'm the wild robot," you're like, "Oh,
yeah, I went,
I get it."
Fuck, that's the movie we're watching.
Oh fuck.
I have to say, as much as I love the movie, didn't need that. Did they need to say that? Did they need to say it? I don't think so.
You almost never need a titular line.
You don't need it. We get it. The robot is wild. She's covered in moss.
I mean, they must know it's silly, right?
It is very silly.
Maybe they don't mind. I don't know.
Not as silly as my lo mein, but I will get there.
Oh.
We'll get there, baby.
There's bad things in the future coming your way.
Even when that was Daffy Duck.
Was that Daffy Duck? Are you serious?
Serious?
That's not Daffy Duck. That's just my natural speech impediment. This is how I talk.
This is how I talk.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
Don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of the way I talk. Has there been a Daffy Duck ableism sketch?
Not yet. I don't think.
Where Daffy Duck's just pissed off at people making fun of his lisp. What's so funny? What's so funny?
Who do we like better, Donald Duck's voice or Daffy Duck's voice? I like Daffy Duck's character more, but Donald Duck's voice is so intense.
Daffy's is impossible. I truly don't know how it is done.
Yeah.
For them to make, like, speech out of that, like...
Oh, the Donald. Yeah, it is psycho. I'm like, what?
You hear it and you go, well, those are words
Yeah, whoa.
that I
wait a minute.
understand.
I mean, that's impressive.
Okay.
Sorry.
The wild robot.
Yeah, I just can't help it. I got to get this stuff out. It just sits in the brain all week. Wild robot. Joker 2 suck.
It's me. I'm the wild wobot.
Oh, that's even harder to say. Wait,
Wow.
the wild robot saw the... The wild wobot saw the wild robot. Try saying that all together.
The wild robot saw the wild wobot?
Or the other way.
Oh, nope. Nope.
Can't do it.
Nope.
Can't do it. Write in if you can do it. No, send videos. If
Yes.
You try.
Tweet at us at Food Courtcast. Send us a video of you saying the wild wobot loves the wild robot.
And we're like, oh, that's what our listeners look like? No. Oh my God.
Yeah, then we can like make fun of you live on the show.
JK, we would never do that. We love our listeners. We love you so much.
Here's our next disgusting listener. Try not to puke
Try not to.
at their horrific, hideous visage. My favorite part, I think I enjoyed quite a bit of it, but
Yeah.
I really liked when they were searching for potentially dead
Yes.
animals when it got really cold.
That was really sweet.
Yeah, there's this moment. How do they get there? They're in. The wild robot has built them a nice little, not an igloo because it's made of wood, but an
Yeah.
igloo made of wood. and the wild robot and Fink, the fox, are like, oh shit, everybody's fucking dying out there. And so they go round and round looking for all the frozen animals, and they save them all. Except there is one that dies.
There is one that dies.
Which one is that?
I forget. They like look at it and then they just go, no.
Yeah, it's really sad. Yeah. The bit essentially is the robot digs. They see someone. Is that the police on your end or is that on my end?
That's on my end. I apologize. I live in the city of cops.
I like it. And so they're digging. They're looking in the hole, and they pull out some motherfucker, and they're like, hey, get in there, you dumb bitch. And then they're digging in another one. And then one they show from kind of a wide shot. The robot digs. They look in. They kind of shake their head and cover it over, and you're like, oof, oof.
I tried to figure out who it was from the movie, but I have no clue.
It does have like simultaneously like a cavalier attitude with death, but also like at times it takes it seriously.
Yeah.
It's an interesting combination.
Yeah, I think they skirted the line pretty good
Yes.
for the most part. I was very surprised at first, like how flippant they were. I was like, holy.
Yes.
I mean, even the storyline element of her killing the main like animals' parents and
Yes.
family. I was like, holy
Smushing.
shit. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of amazing.
Like
Like,
smushing.
and I really did like the kind of way they tie it back in, where like Bright Bill is the name of the gosling they raised.
Yes.
And he's like he needs to learn how to fly, but he's like kind of ostracized for being a runt and raised by a robot mom. They're
I mean,
like, this guy.
Insert your favorite alternate lifestyle.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
You know, it's just like the geese kids being like, "Oh, you got a lesbian mom," and it's not cool.
Your mom is 80 and dresses like a punk with a mohawk. It's like, whoa, I'm not hanging out with you.
Your mom's got swords for arms.
Oh, seems dangerous. Gotta be careful with those hugs. Come here, my darling.
I love you.
Or she's the coach. We remember the incident where she was the coach of the soccer team. Everybody huddle up. Just cut off everyone's heads. It was crazy. Yeah. Did you hear what I said? The heads fall off. Oh. Right.
Oh no! And she like cuts her face off. Oh no!
The Home Alone thing.
Fall off. Tweet at us at Food Court Cast. Have you ever met a woman with swords for arms?
That would be amazing. This is why, again, I ask Hollywood to give us an unlimited budget.
All we need is unlimited money.
That's it. We won't even have to do any kind of weird cult stuff. Like, just give us the money. We don't want any of that.
We'll do Lion Witch in the Wardrobe 4 or whatever horrible Netflix movie you want us to.
Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe.
We would love to do that. We would be happy to do that. Just give us $100 million or so dollars.
Yeah, I think we could make something very good with $100 million.
Absolutely.
That's going to be my pitch. Hey guys, I think we could make something really good with $100 million. What do you think?
It would be really good. You would like it.
What do you think? And they're like, I think we're just going to make another 10 seasons of Stranger Things or whatever. Anything that is remotely familiar.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny that like, oh, wow, finally an original idea, but then the original idea is just banking on like years and years of nostalgia. So it's like not even original. It's like kind of funny. It's like, even a new thing ain't really a new thing after all, because it's kind of like old stuff.
Exactly.
But you know what was kind of new?
What?
The wild robot.
The wild robot.
What was I saying? God, I don't remember.
Oh, what were you saying?
Because it was something about Bright Bill. Oh, when Bright Bill's talking to the old goose who's played by Bill Nighy.
Yes. His name is Longneck.
Longneck. He's talking to Longneck, and Longneck's kind of like this sage character. And he's like,
I'm quite old.
He's like, you could look at it like she killed your family, but your family was going to kill you because you're a useless runt.
Yeah.
So I was like, that is kind of interesting, this idea of like, oh, you were spared even though, like, yeah, I was like, that's kind of, I don't know. That was a fun little concept. I was like, okay.
I mean, if you listen to Longneck, he's smart.
He is.
He's got some really interesting. He does say heart maybe a little bit too much.
Yeah.
I feel like heart is maybe in 70% of his lines.
Yeah.
The word heart.
That's true.
Don't forget that your heart is part of a heart.
And the heart must be a heart.
If the heart is the opposite of a head, then don't forget to heart the heart.
Heart. It did kind of stretch how, like, just having an accent makes you sound like you know what you're talking about a little bit. You're like, all right.
Oh, me? Yes. I'm British.
Yes. I did like
feel?
That he was nice to him. Every other goose was a total asshole.
Man.
Which fits, because they are. But
yeah, he does. That is one of my favorite parts. One of the favorite things that Longneck says is like, we're very grumpy.
Yeah.
Geese are very grumpy.
Very.
We like maybe small torn pieces of white bread, but that's all we like.
That's all we like.
That's all we like.
I have a weird affinity for geese. I know they're mean, but I just like back when I lived in town and we'd go to the movies, there was always geese, and I just love them. I love the way they look. I think they're sweet looking.
Yeah. Cool.
Not in temperament. They're very mean. They do not want you anywhere near them.
Yeah.
Which I get.
Unless you have food.
Yeah, there you go.
If you have seeds and you throw them around you, they do not care that you're there. It's very interesting.
They're like, okay, you're a seed dispenser.
So if you want to have a fine, fat Christmas goose, I recommend getting some seeds.
Feed it.
Kill it. Put it in the freezer.
I like that. That's a simple process.
Yeah.
Get
yourself
down.
A nice. I don't know. What's the best? Tweet at us if you know what the best form of weapon is for cutting off a goose's head.
Probably. I mean, that lady from earlier, the sword arms would be kind of perfect
yes.
for that.
Bad coach.
Man, she can make a mean Christmas goose. I tell you what.
All right. Who wants to carve?
Do people eat
Who
geese?
wants to carve? They did at some. I mean, they must have at some point because it is like a big plot point in Christmas Carol.
Oh, right. I wonder what it tastes like.
Wait, do they get a fat Christmas goose? Or is it a chicken?
I don't know.
I think it must be a goose. I think they get like a chicken or something, and then they're like, "Wow, that was stupid."
Well, now I want to. That was stupid.
I wish we had a fine fat Christmas goose.
Ugh, if only.
Tweet at us if you're Charles Dickens and you know what Ebenezer Scrooge told that little boy to go to the meat store to get.
Yeah, what did he say? I think it is a goose.
I think it's a fine fat Christmas goose.
Get the finest, fattest, goosest geese of all.
I want to see a big old chunky goose.
Much more chunky than that. We need the
I love Christmas. Have you seen Brendan Fraser in The Whale?
The Whale?
I'd like to see him looking like that. Big old chunkety chunker.
That shower scene was disturbing. Merry Christmas.
And to all.
A fat
Brendan
goose.
Fraser. A fat Brendan Fraser. Bring me your fattest Brendan Fraser, please.
I love my daughter. Okay, man.
Oh, I love my daughter.
I'm sorry to harp on that movie, but man, the scene where he just starts eating like everything, I was like, this is wild.
It's fucking insane.
That is, I mean, this is perfectly on theme though. Wild robot. There's nothing more wild than that scene.
Yeah, that is an exceedingly wild scene. I also like that he's got the ranch squeeze bottle. That's smart. Right? Doesn't he have the squeeze bottle?
Yeah, I
feel like some people are trying to pour the ranch.
You gotta squeeze it,
dude. Getting like a half a pizza.
The ranch helps it go down.
That's true.
And not to make light of, I know this is a real issue, but sometimes you gotta bring some levity to these heavy subjects, you know, like just fucking,
just big old subjects.
I found the movie to be, it was just so heavy, like it's like large.
It was just big. Big ideas.
Huge ideas.
Sweaty ideas. Okay, we should talk about the wild robot probably.
I can't help it.
What else was your favorite?
No, I did. Yeah, I loved all that. Yeah, the winter scene where they're trying to go get everyone. Cool. It was such like there were just so many touching like. And of course you could be like, well, it makes no sense to animals all, but I like that they're like, hey, when we're in here. Yeah, this is a space where we're not killing each other because we're all gonna die anyway.
Because we'll freeze to death.
Which kind of says a lot about us right now. It's like, hey, we're on a planet where the whole big issue is that it's dying, and we really need to stop killing each other so we can fucking solve it. And survive, maybe. Yeah. Hey, after we get the world back on track, have at it.
We'll have plenty of time for genocide then.
How sad would that be? We we got the world back together, and then everyone just starts shooting nukes and bullets. Like, okay, great.
AI like figures out how to stop the global warming, and then it's like, also at the same time, beep.
Yeah. Ooh, we've calculated that the best route would be to kill all of you. Thanks for making me. It's a wild world, and it's a wild robot.
It's a riled world and a riled robot.
I like the whole movie, the bear doesn't talk and is just like mean and evil and fucks the robot up real bad.
Yeah, smashes it.
I was like, geez, the robot gets so beat up. I was like, good Lord, this thing is
very fucked up.
And I love when it loses its leg and the gopher or beaver eventually like builds a wooden leg. I was like, this is very sweet. This was really sweet, like community like type movie where you're like, oh my heart.
Couldn't we just,
if we were just animals that kill each other all the time and came together, like it's just like, come on, let's
this
just
movie asks, couldn't we just?
couldn't we just come together?
Right now.
Yeah, I like that. The bear. They set up the bear, and then he finally talks, and he's like, "I'll be your friends."
I love friendship.
He grabs a little, I don't know what it is, a little creature, and the creature's just like, yeah, me.
Not enough creatures going me these days.
We need more me's.
Tweet at it. Oh, there's cops again.
They will not stop here. They know that we're trying to record this podcast, and we're under arrest for the wildest podcast yet.
This is the wildest robot yet. Robot's gone wild.
Still wild. This robot's still wild.
This robot, even after the release of the movie, has gone wild. Wild.
Yeah. Zip, zap, zoop.
Okay, what else?
Before
we say mean stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I like that they just kind of helped everybody, even the mean people, like the fish that tries to kill.
Oh yeah,
Bright Bill, which that scared the hell out of me. That when that happened, I was like, they put Bright Bill in the water to like swim. It was like insanely scary fish tries to eat him.
Yeah,
and the movie's so brutal with that stuff. Sometimes you're like, oh God, like even the fox sometimes acts like it's gonna kill Bright Bill, and you're like,
yes.
Well, that was kind of but I like that the fox comes around, and
the fox is, in the end, isn't he a good boy?
Oh, he's a good boy, and he has the sweetest little bed with this moss that I was like, I want to know what that feels like to lay on.
Could you have a moss bed?
I want to.
I mean, I guess you could, obviously.
I've been emailing the people at the sleep time place, Purple Mattresses. They don't want to do it though.
Could you? I mean, you obviously can grow that. You can grow moss.
Just cover my bed with it.
Maybe.
I don't know if it's probably not hygienic. It's probably not good. Well, maybe if it's not. Who knows? Write in if you're a moss expert and want to share some stuff.
This is actually the second big moss movie I've watched this year. There was a movie called Here that I watched earlier that I think was French or something, and there was a moss expert in that movie.
Wow, are you serious?
I'm totally serious. Strangely, I am completely serious.
Wow.
Tweet at us at FoodCourtCast. Have you seen Here?
Have you seen Here?
Do you remember that movie where they look at moss?
I did not see it.
It's okay.
What I did see is
it's as boring as you would think it would be.
Yeah, it sounds like a slow
It's burn. Quite slow.
But quite the payoff
is also
moss.
Slow.
Yeah.
You get to see moss.
Wow. I just love that they made me feel so much for a robot. I was like, I didn't think I'd ever feel it. And like the scene where Bright Bill's finally flying. Like I loved all that. It just made me really inspired and motivated and happy.
It did make me feel good. It was very sweet.
It's just a sweet movie, and they all fly off. Bright Bill's gone to leave, and you feel like the robot and him are never gonna see each other again, and that's like her son. And she's like, "Wait, I like feel things. I'm a robot. I shouldn't feel anything." And I just thought that was just. I don't know. It just really hit me. I went, oh, my God. And Longneck's like, follow me, Bright Bill. Say bye to your mom. Really say bye to your mom. Like, no. You got to say
and he doesn't.
Yeah.
Until later. And then he says, I love you, Mom.
I love Mom.
And then Robot is like, I
love you, too.
It is good to love a son.
And when the shit's going down, when the whole forest is on fire, and the robot and Bright Bill can't fly anymore. His wings all fucked up.
Yeah.
So she puts him inside where her heart is and takes her heart out and jumps down to save him. And I was just like, oh, that's so like it just hit me. I was like, oh, that like sacrifice, especially like of a mom. You're like, geez, Louise, that makes me sad.
Moms will do it for you.
They'll do it.
Some. Except bad moms.
Some are
obviously
not
the horrible moms don't give a shit. But
that's the mistake. Nurturing and care, that's not intrinsic to women. Like, we can't throw that on women. That's just a learned behavior. We have to learn. We have to rise above and become these caregivers. We're not born that way.
No.
Baby, we're not born this way.
Yeah.
That robot's wild.
I'm the Joker, baby. Is it time to talk shit yet?
Yeah, I think we're moving on into shit territory.
I regret to inform you, we must move on to our lo mains. Our beef lamb lo mains. Nope, that's wrong. That's wrong. What is? I'll tell you what the worst part of this movie, in my opinion,
Tell me.
is. I thought there were too many endings.
Yeah, I get that.
And some of it was just like the way the music was. The music like definitely goes, this is a promotional moment.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, okay, well that was clearly the end.
Yeah, that was the end of the movie.
And then they sort of do, I mean, it might be 3 or 4 more endings.
Yeah.
I thought that in the end, I kind of liked the endings that happened, but I was sort of like, wait, there's more?
Exactly.
And even at the ultimate end of the movie, which is like the robot goes back to robot home, and then Bright Bill goes back to find her. And then they meet, and Love reminds Roz of what she once was, and they hold their heads together. That still feels like it might be. I mean, maybe that's for part 2 or whatever, but it sort of does feel like, is this the end?
Is this the end? Yeah, you never know.
I mean,
it could be.
I don't know what on earth they would do in a second movie.
No, I don't think it should have a sequel. I think it's pretty contained. Mm-hmm. And like you said, a little too many, like kind of Lord of the Rings syndrome. Like, okay, chill out. Like, we could just stop now.
Yeah, just we get it.
And like, I honestly think, and this is a bit of a sadder ending, they could have quelled the whole like, we'll keep coming back to get you no matter what. Like the robot people. Like they could have just had that sacrificial, like Roz saving Bright Bill.
Yeah.
And you could even do a cheesy, like, my heart will always be with you or something like that. Sure. And she dies or something. Like, which would have, again, made me cry even more. But it's just like, brutal. You wouldn't have to worry about, like, oh, I'm going to go back anyway. Because it was kind of a little goofy of, like, having this big showdown. And then 2 minutes later being like, beep, beep, okay, come get me. It was, like, kind of weird. I was like, this is kind of odd.
It was a little messy. Weird.
Yeah. So that was a little messy, but it's not my lo mein.
Oh.
You want to know my lo mein?
Mampy, it would be my pleasure.
My beef lamb lo mein. Which would probably be good, I gotta be honest. I mean, I love lo mein.
I would eat it.
Yeah, why not? Beijing beef lo mein.
I'm sure there's some kind of weird ass fucking like fusion place that has some kind of lamb gyro lo mein shit.
Especially up here, you'll walk the corner and there's like 6 different cuisines in one, and you're like, what? And you go in and it's not as good as any of them separately, and you're like, what the fuck was that? Anyway,
it's Nashville hot steak.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Woo, the Nashville hot chicken here is hilarious.
Yeah?
You crack up, you go, wow, y'all really don't know what you're doing.
Is it bad?
Oh, it's so bad. And the Mexican food, holy hell. Not a soul has ever tasted good Mexican food.
It's interesting.
It's so wild.
Maybe there certainly are Mexican people there, right?
I was talking to a friend about this the other night. I was like, why is it, even when you go into a place where there Mexican people are working there, the food is not good? You're like, I guess they lose the heart, the soul.
Yeah.
The city kills everything good.
I mean, truly. Truly. It does.
But what really killed me, I was having a blast with Wild Robot. I was emotional. I was like, I'm so into this.
Yeah.
And then they get into this montage. I think it's where he's learning how to fly, which I did like the visuals of that. Mm-hmm. But they add in this song. One of these songs that's like for kids to be like, oh, it's like the Frozen song, you know, something to like latch onto so they can like get sales on it or you know, listens or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, if you believe in your heart, you can be anything. And you're like, oh God, please.
It was
bad.
Sort of like pop country, like maybe 2010s Taylor Swift, kind of like before she got into pop, but it's like, and then it punka pop, punka. You can fly if you try to fly. Don't forget to fly really good.
Really, that took me out of the movie, and I was like, can this just stop?
It was rough.
If I watched it again, I would mute that.
Yeah,
I'd put on something else.
You should. Bring noise-canceling headphones.
Yeah.
Just plop them on for that scene.
Dude.
You can play whatever song you want to.
Don't they have noise-canceling headphones where you can, like, turn the noise-canceling on and off?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Maybe, what would be your preferred song? What would you rather see in that section?
Jungle Boogie, I think, would be good.
I mean, truly, it would have been much more fun.
Yeah, I think it just didn't match the movie.
Gotta fly, don't forget to fly.
Like, if that song's in Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron or whatever the hell that movie is. Sure, fine. But, like, this just didn't... Like, this movie's like this weird, goofy, like, kind of, like, very dark sometimes. And then it's just like, and if your heart is hope, you're like, oh, God, like, shut up. Like, it just didn't fit for me.
And if you're feeling the most,
yeah,
don't forget to fly.
Yeah, fly, yeah. It just didn't do that one. That was a real low moment for me. I was like, ugh. But every movie, I mean, even Puss in Boots: Last Wish.
Yeah,
I hate a considerably large part of that movie, but it's so good that I don't care. I'm like, oh, fine. Keep cutting this character that sucks.
Which character sucks?
What's his name? The boy who sticks his thumb in the pies. It's just bad.
Why is he sticking his thumb? Don't stick your thumb in
little Jack
pies.
Horner.
You fucking freak. You know what else I didn't like?
Yeah.
And this is now becoming an epidemic because it started with Blumhouse.
Yeah.
And now they're doing it for DreamWorks. Is the like title. Not the title card, but like the producer card.
Yeah.
The production company card that shows every single movie that the company has ever put out.
It's so goofy.
It's like, who the fuck cares?
Disney.
Remember Madagascar and Shrek and Puss in Boots and all and this and this and this. And you're like, who cares? I don't care.
I think the only one that, I mean, I don't care for it, but like at least with the Disney one, it's like, okay, it's still just the castle and there are elements of movies in the but it's not this long. I mean, like Marvel does it too, like flipping through all the or like it's just so funny because it's like Madagascar's not the best movie, and you're like, we made Madagascar. Or like Thor. Remember Thor 2? That movie sucks, but it's like in the clips, like it's like there's no like accounting for if the movies are good or not. It's just like, look what we've done.
Yeah, it's very weird. The Blumhouse one. It's also, I think it's kind of bad with the DreamWorks one because the other one was kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, like there was the water and then the little what is that floating ball when you fish?
The bobbing.
Tweet at us at
decoy?
Food Courtcast if you know what that floating ball is. And it hits the water and then they go through the clouds and you see the thing. It's not great.
No, but
at least it's a thing.
My favorite was when DreamWorks did video games. They did this, I think it was like a dinosaur. There's some type of dinosaur game, and the kid throws the the fishing thing down, and then you hear like velociraptors, and it pulls him off the moon, and it's like the game title starts, and I was like, whoa, that's cool. And I think Small Soldiers, they have the small soldiers like climb up and like kick him off or something. Yes. I was like, that's so fun.
Small Soldiers, good movie.
That movie's wild.
Tweet at us if you are Joe Dante, the director of Small Soldiers.
Perhaps.
Feel free to let us know. Are.
Hey, I found out a thing the other day that a lot of people listen to this pod when they don't want to see the movie. So we are giving them the movie. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. They're like, I'm not going to go see that. Let me just listen to the pod of it.
Well, if you don't want to see this movie, welcome.
Welcome.
Hi, how's it going? We watched it. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought so. At least, I don't know. After the last movie, I was kind of like, oh, God.
I mean, we got it's important to have a reset sometimes.
Yeah.
And Joker 2 was a great reset.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, well, That's as bad as I can feel in a movie.
Yeah.
Like bored and simultaneously bored, and also I just like feel bad.
Just feel
like
bad.
I feel bad
yeah.
about the world.
Exactly.
I think about prison rape and all that stuff and
like,
how bad it is. And I'm also kind of yawning, just like, oh God, they're singing again. And the prison industrial complex, they don't make people better. They actually just make people even worse. It makes like important topics boring, which is tough.
It really does.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Nothing. Guess
I'm not gonna do
wait
shit
till Joker 3. Joke 3er. Could be good.
Did the second one make enough money to make another one?
I don't know. I know they don't want to make another one, but I don't think so. I think this one did pretty bad. But hey, maybe not. Who knows? Probably internationally it'll probably blow up or something.
Yeah.
Who knows? That should always happen.
The French will be like, wow, is this genius?
This is genius.
I love the prison rape.
Even the like worst Marvel movie, like once it hits like China or something, like blows up and they're like, whoa!
They just like explosions.
They really do.
They probably turn up the bass.
I want to turn up.
My name is Iron Man.
Well,
you might remember me from those other movies. I'm Dr. Doom now.
Yeah, is that still happening? Who knows? That is.
I'm sure it is.
I'm just glad to be out from under that stuff. I left that like. I feel like early college, I was like, I don't want to watch these anymore. And
I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah.
But I don't care when I do.
No.
I just like to sit in the theater.
Yeah.
And just look up. I just love to sit in the theater and look up.
Would you go to a theater that was just like the roof is the screen, but it's really just showing the sky, like the clouds and stuff?
They do a bit. Isn't there a bit like that at the end of Twisters?
Oh, I didn't see Twisters. I didn't see Twisters.
There's a bit at the end that I don't think it actually intends to do this, but sort of accidentally does this, where like the back half of a movie theater is pulled off, and so like some of the seats are still there, and then like where the screen was is just like outside.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, that's kind of a good idea.
That's fun. Were people in the theater watching the movie?
Yeah, there are a few.
Sucked out.
Yeah. Some of them died for sure.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah, that's the way it used to happen in the old days.
I have always thought about that. I was like, that would suck if you were in the movies and just got hit by a twister.
A twister. Is there anything else you want to say about this movie?
No, I had a great time with it.
It was just nice.
I thought it was fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that song, really, I thought it was pretty good.
If you want to feel kind of nice, you might like it.
Yeah. Shed a few tears. Why not?
Just let it out, baby.
Mm-hmm. Let it out.
But we can't only talk about the wild robot. We've got to talk about other things, which brings us to a segment we like to call Panda Express Presents. Express yourself about the movies you watched this week. Play the music, please.
Ding 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 ding. It's time for the Panda Express. Beep beep, because we got some things to express. Boop boop about the things we watched. Deet deet this week. Don't boop 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 bing.
Did you watch anything this week?
I watched 2 films.
2?
Yes.
Ooh.
I saw, there's a poet I opened for one time at this very bizarre show.
Okay.
Where I should not have opened because people were like, why are you telling us jokes at a poetry night? And I was like, I don't know.
We don't like having fun.
No, they really don't.
It's supposed to be poetry.
Man, there's nothing like locking eyes with like a middle-aged white woman with her arms crossed, just like shaking your head no, and you're like, woo, you are not having a good time.
No.
That was also the show where a lady just out loud goes, this is rough. In this like tiny room. I was like, it is rough.
That's pretty good, though.
Yeah, it was good. Which I love. That's kind of the space I like to create.
Yeah.
No. It's what I'm going for. But she posted about this movie she had directed, and I was like, oh, whoa, let me watch that. And it's called Paint It Black. starring. Her name's like Alia Shawkat or something. I can't remember. She's in Arrested Development.
I've heard of this person.
I don't remember if that's how you say it. It's sorry.
Sorry.
It was all about like her boyfriend commits S-ide and trying to be, gentle for folks. S-ide, by blowing his head off. And no.
Kaboom.
Kaboom. And it just unravels. His mother wants revenge on the girlfriend because she thinks she's to blame.
Oh, that's
and
kind of a good
starts
idea.
stalking her, and it turns into this like wild, but maybe there's something else going on.
The wild robot.
It was fine. Not my favorite movie, but I was like, for a directorial debut, pretty good.
Yeah. What's it called?
Paint It Black.
Paint It Black. Okay, all right.
Paint It Black.
I know that you said that, but then I instantly forgot it. But now I've remembered it. Paint It Black.
There is this scene that was a little goofy where like the mom's coming to kind of confront the main character, and there's like her two like lesbian friends are like standing behind her trying to look tough, and it just looks really silly. And I was like, this is not working. They're like, hey, they're like, you good? And I was like, this is not working for me. But hey, I'm sure there are some intimidating ladies out there, but I just the casting was like,
they didn't pick the right intimidating lesbians.
No, not for me. That. Hey, and I know my intimidating lesbians. I've tried to date several, so. Ding dong. What? Do you want me to tell you the other one, or do you want to go?
I want you to tell. No, I'll go.
Okay.
I watched a lot of movies, but I will tell you one of them, and then you can tell me one of them. I watched last night a movie I hadn't watched in a little while called the WNUF A Halloween Special.
Whoa.
Have you heard of this thing? It is, it's on Shudder. It's probably available on other streaming services. But it is sort of a found footage thing, but it is set up like an old VHS tape of a Halloween special from the 80s, like 87, I think it takes place. Whoa. But it's got all the fake commercials. And it's got like the newscast and then fake commercials between every thing. So there's probably 30 fake commercials. Ooh. Like it plays out like a real TV show. And it's cool. It's really fun. And the aesthetic is like incredibly fucked up VHS tape. So like it definitely took me a bit to be like, okay, I got to get my eyes used to this because it's like, oh, it looks fucked up.
Yeah, I feel that.
But it's really funny. It's like it's a wonderful time. Really good parody commercials. Really good parody of like local news. It's good. It's good.
Cool. Sounds interesting.
Check it out.
I have not heard of that.
WNUF Holiday Special, Halloween Special. I keep saying the wrong thing. WNUF Halloween Special.
Is it like that one thing with the like ghost?
Yes,
I love that.
It's very similar to Ghostwatch.
That one was such a fun little surprise.
It's sort of like a funny Ghostwatch.
Yeah. Okay. I love it.
What else did you watch?
I watched a classic picture that I love growing up called The Birdcage, starring Robin Williams and Nathan Lane.
Oh.
It's still so funny. And it's about Robin Williams and Nathan Lane own a gay nightclub.
What?
And they are partners. And their son is marrying a woman, but her parents are like these conservative, he's a conservative governor, and like they're very straight laced, so they have to try and
Who plays the dad? Is it Gene Hackman?
Yeah, it's Gene Hackman.
Okay.
Gene Hackman's great in it.
I've had the picture of Gene Hackman in my head, and then I was like, it couldn't be
Gene Hackman. He's so funny in it.
So good.
And like Nathan Lane, like, spoiler, I guess, but it's just it's such a funny movie, and they have like the dinner, and they've like they got rid of all the like gay decorations and stuff, and like there's literally just a giant crucifix like on the wall. It's like all bare and like brutal, and like they're all sitting there. It's like the most awkward dinner, and Nathan Lane. So the son's real mom, they asked her if she would come to pretend to be the real mom.
Oh, yes.
And Nathan Lane has like locked himself in a room because he just feels like the family doesn't love him because they don't want him to be there. And but he doesn't. He doesn't know that the mom's coming, so he comes back out dressed as a woman with like a wig and like trying to be this like conservative lady. And Gene Hackman's just like eating it up and like in love with her. And it's just so funny. Man.
It sounds lovely.
It's such a good movie. That I love dinner scenes that are like funny for some reason. Like where you're stuck in this like awful situation.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
Dinner's very tough.
Dinner's tough.
Hey, man, dinner's tough.
Dinner's tough.
If you want to stop doing dinner, have Hungry Man. It's really fucking good.
I don't think I've ever had a Hungry Man my whole life.
Man, I used to eat it a lot. It's probably horrible, but every time I ate it, I was like, oh, this is the best thing.
That's great.
I mean, because it's like one of those like pure salt meals.
Yeah.
Where it's just like you're eating salt and you're like, oh, yeah, salt's good. I watched a lot of other movies, including Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Night of the Living Dead and Peeping Tom, but I wanted to talk to you about The Visit.
Oh, yes, the classic.
M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit, which I hadn't watched in a little while as well, and man, that movie's so fucking scary.
It's wild.
It's really scary.
Very freaky.
And I was watching it with Casper, who you know, and Casper hadn't seen it. And it's really cool to be around someone who's not seen something.
Absolutely.
Because you, like, re-experience the horrors for the first time.
I love that feeling.
And it's just like, oh, fuck, this is so fucked up. I forgot that, like, almost the moment they get there, the grandma's puking.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus, this thing really starts out fucked up.
Holy whoa.
Like, the first night they're there, grandma's puking like 10 times. It's like, this movie's fucking crazy.
And that's one of those twists where I was like, whoa, that's nutty. That's nutty. Very cool.
Kicks ass.
Very cool.
If for some reason you haven't seen The Visit, it's one of the finest found footage movies.
Yeah, I was very surprised.
It suffers a little bit from the Shyamalan syndrome, where like everything that is mentioned leads into another thing at the finale, but it's still pretty cool.
Still pretty fun.
Yeah.
I remember enjoying it. I have not revisited, but I revisited.
Bring it up.
But I need to do it.
What?
I need to do it.
Did you say the revisit?
Revisited it. Now that is a good sequel title.
The Revisit.
The Revisit.
Revisited it.
Revisited.
Visititted.
Revisited. Tati titi.
Riddle tittle, battle do.
You know,
yeah.
What I'm excited to revisit?
The end of this podcast?
Well, that, but also the world of Smile.
Oh!
I've heard it's bonkers nutty.
So excited.
I'm excited.
As you know, I'm just the kind of loser who thought it was the best movie of that year. And I'm so excited about the second one.
Man.
And the trailers haven't been especially good, but
Yeah.
I just loved the first one so much that I'm just ready for more.
I feel like I liked a lot of the first one. I think it suffered from like a slow middle, but
Yes.
I think this one's just going to be off the walls crazy. It seems from things I've like heard like reviews and stuff. I'm like, okay, because a lot of people. I think you either love Smile for the ending or you hated it. Like that reveal, I thought that was amazing. I thought it was one of the coolest reveals I've seen in a movie in a long time. I was
really cool monsters and shit.
and your brain just can't understand what like. I love it. I was like, whoa, what just happened? And then you just have to sit with what's happening because it's like that crazy.
Yeah.
It's almost like so crazy. You're like, this isn't real. And then it is really happening. Like that stuff in movies is pretty cool to me where I'm like, that's actually happening? Holy hell.
Great flick.
Now here's my question.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say this without spoiling the first one. Never mind.
Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it. Oh, well.
Tweet at us at Food Courtcast if you want Mampy to send you a DM with his question.
Yeah.
Mampy, tell me after the show.
Yes.
It's been such a pleasure podcasting with you and for you wonderful listeners and watchers. Give us 5 stars on your favorite app. Write us a review. Ask a question on Spotify. Still don't understand it. And tweet at us at Food Courtcast. Mampy,
Yes.
thanks so much.
Thank you.
On behalf of you, Mampy Hikes, I'm Sean Parrott saying to you, the listener, bon appetit.